damage as you open up the egg and some shadow magic comes out of it.
Oh shit.
And
Wisdom.
And you see there is a holy symbol inside. It kind of like the top opens up and there's an elaborate carved holy symbol inside the egg.
Are you playing with shadow magic, Thogram?
Apparently this shit hurts you.
Yes, it does.
Do you have knowledge religion?
There's a holy symbol here. Yeah, I do. $22.
You think it might be some creepy version of the holy symbol of Tiamat. There is something. There's something wrong with her heads. They're not shaped right.
Have a look at their sign. It looks like a holy symbol. It's just something's wrong with it.
And Sunny's like, also a bunch of fae. There's a Tomi and a Satya. And you'll see them around once in a while. Whenever something's gone missing, it was probably the Tomi. His name is Duke and be very polite to Duke.
Alright, it was a 40 to actually see that the thing unscrewed and opened up, like it's a hidden compartment. And then there's an unholy symbol of Tiamat that looks strange.
Yes. Do you have, and then Sunny is going to, do you have inner fortitude on your ring?
What are you trying to?
Thogrim. It is a power that will protect your mind and body from damaging effects. It will let you play with shadow magic-y things with more,
Inner fortitude? No, I don't.
You might want to consider it. He looks at it, and he doesn't want he's good. He doesn't want to touch the shadow magic thing.
Alright.
Master, if that thing hurt you, can I use it as target practice?
We'll have to see what else this thing can do. I haven't identified it yet. If I close this thing, will it damage me again?
You think opening it was technically using it, or it collected energies inside the egg-like device. Closing it, you don't think will have the same effect.
Okay, I'll close it. Put it in the treasure pile.
Okay.
Check it later.
I'm going to leave it under not yet identified because you haven't quite...
We haven't grokked what it does yet.
Nope. So 1 damage.
Which will restore that evening. Slake sets watch outside. If you check up on him, he wanders around for a bit. He's also spending some time making javelins out of the scissorwood branches that he collected.
How far away are we from the giant place right now?
You've wandered about... during the middle of the day, you're probably about 30 miles away from it.
Okay. We should craft a message for your people.
Hmm?
Just a warning or that sort of thing.
You mean write them a rune?
Yes, we're more like read them a rune, or like story time.
The dwarf is a prisoner. If you're from Overlook, and you said you wanted her back, you could negotiate for her.
I feel that we don't simply want her back. I don't want it to be confused. If, let's say, your uncle is under some fell influence, and he chooses to give her back, thinking that would solve the problem. No, we want him no longer under the fell influence.
She nods at that. If that can be helped.
Oh, it can be helped. He will not be under the fell influence. Or if he is, we'll make the fell influence no longer
My uncle knows mighty spells, and he's guarded by that elder elemental, as well as other things. His menagerie of earth beasts might still include some of the rock herders.
Rock herders.
The Galeb-Dur.
Oh, the little rock people.
Some of them are not so little, but yes.
I've only seen little ones.
She smiles. They don't
If
have...
you call them not little, they must be quite large, actually.
They live in this valley. They don't bother us much. They seem to take difference to the largest amongst them. Only when the largest amongst them is around. Otherwise, you'll see them playing with stones and...
I think your uncle might have a lot in common with moles. On the ground, don't see very well, big cute noses, floppy feet.
Well, we went underground because it's safe, and that's also where the fungi are grown.
Ah, yes. We do require some fungal samples to help reseed our gardens. Has the fungal plague... speaking out of turn, there was talk of fungal issues in some of the dwarven caverns. Have you seen issues here?
Not that I know of. You would have to ask Shogo.
Ah, yes, with the wonderful fungal tea.
Tea? Beer, she says? I think it would be close to beer. The fungus beer is good, just as long as it's the good stuff. She smiles. Do you drink? She says to Amadeus. She seems to like Amadeus because Amadeus wrestled the crap out of her.
I can't get drunk anymore.
What?
Can't get drunk anymore.
Are you a druid?
Nope.
All right, she says, finally, clearing a table after she's eaten. Rematch.
He's got the flexible arms, so he can keep his arm up and then twist.
She sees that she's gonna try. She's gonna attempt to grapple you again because she doesn't understand how you're doing this. And I think arm wrestling equaling grapple checks seems like a good thing. All right, opposed CMB.
Okay.
She's got a plus 29. She gets a 33. What? Amadeus' wrist bends backwards. It's all noodly. How?
I told you they did something to me. You let me know when you're almost tired. Getting tucked up there. 46.
Oh, with a 2. Your vice-like grip. Your fingers wrap around hers several times. There's a look of horror on her face as she's struggling, and you slam her wrist into the table. Ah! She stands up from the table like, is it always so bendy?
It used to be, but kind of shakes his arms and they kind of extend. Things are getting weird.
All right, now that I know, she puts her arm down again. She's gonna try real hard.
Okay.
38 this time.
50.
She seems to be. It's like, and nope. She budged it about an inch, and then Amadeus just wham, slam her down. This time she gets up and she's.
It makes you feel better. You're clearly very strong.
Thogrim, Sonny, Amadeus would have ripped your arm out of your socket. Dislocated your shoulder.
Took my arm out of my socket and handed it to him.
Right.
It's yours now. He's not, playing a joke on you. It's a true compliment. You are very, very strong.
She looks at the cannon. If your magics and your magics are as mighty as the cannon and Amadeus's arm, then we stand a chance.
Of course.
Sonny's got a shoulder record.
What does the metal man do?
The metal man.
Oh, you don't want to get him angry.
He knocks things over and then he stomps on them till they're paste.
She's just like, sounds like he fights like a giant.
Yeah, he kind of does.
I was going to describe it like what I would expect a mammoth to fight like, but yes, it's like a giant.
Yeah, like a mammoth, yeah.
Sky
Although
and
he does like throwing things, so giant.
Sky and Tusknot are probably not coming out when we go down there. There's not a lot of room. Sky definitely not. Tusknot maybe. It is very cowardly of my uncle to disappear into the caverns. It's where we used to keep the children and the old and the sick.
Maybe.
Or where the farmers go when they help Shogo with harvest.
Maybe if those things are affecting his mind, kind of a little bit of smack.
There are all sorts of talk of creatures down there that I don't understand. Some that have gone down to confront him just simply didn't come back. There is a small group of giants, however, that still serve him, loyal. I don't know if they're affected as well.
So, key individuals being taken unharmed, that's definitely reasonable. Mass numbers, he kind of looks at the cannon and looks at then just like points out to the Slake out the magic door or out the magic window in front. They're less. They don't really have a gentle mode. Like Amadeus is extraordinarily gentle. Metal Man, not so much.
I once put a dragon to sleep.
I heard the two of you talking. You were going to go and sit on the dragon's head or something?
Well, so our geographer has this nifty spell where he can throw a companion across the room. The problem is I don't have that spell. I was just going to teleport Amadeus on top of the opponent. So Amadeus could grab it by the face and pull it down to the ground like a stubborn weed.
Well, I could throw you if you want.
You think you can throw me?
Probably.
Alright, trying to impress me. Fucking throw me.
Now, let's see. Giant rocks are considered small creatures. So she can shoot small boulders at a range of 180 feet.
So if we make her big.
So she casts as a first level spell, which she can spontaneously cast. You also recognize that that is one of the spontaneous options. She makes herself huge, and therefore can throw throwing rocks medium, which means that you are now a medium improvised stone that she can throw 5 times 180 feet.
I believe Marvel Comics calls this a fast ball special.
She picks you up. No disrespect. And no disrespect to your walls. She hugs Amadeus. Give me an acrobatics check.
30 plus Amadeus. What is that? It's been so long since I rolled acrobatics. Amadeus. Here we go. Excuse me. So 16 is not a great number. 34.
Her attack roll on this would be plus 28, and then because it's you're not a throwing rock, it would be plus 24. So 1d20 plus 24. She gets a 39, so you end up crashing into the wall and kind of through it. You do take some damage. She didn't throw you with her full force. You do take some 15 points of damage as you go crashing through some walls. But she did huck you well across the room, which was about 60 feet across.
Okay.
You felt like you could keep on going.
Yeah.
Is the
Oh yeah,
Sunny-
he hit the wall. And then
yeah. No, you went through the
Through the
wall.
wall.
There's just flickering magic as they're ruining the inside of your mansion.
Sunny will cast a Cure Moderate Wounds to
Okay.
just like undo the problems. Oh, that was interesting.
She smiles like there's this raised eyebrow, kind of like the Rock kind of facial expression. There's a big grin across her face. We giants can throw.
Clearly.
There are these unseen servants trying to help you up.
Trying to clean stuff up.
Clean stuff up. Yeah.
I'm just quickly checking to see. Does Amadeus speak any languages, or is he like I don't know, 2 languages?
no, well he's got a few, not that many. He's got.
Sunny is going to use that the allies bond thing to speak directly in your mind.
Okay.
I think she likes you.
She's a giant.
So, a weird aberration hybrid thingy. It's a match made in Volcanica. You should tell Dee Dee.
Oh no.
Oh.
It's not Apple Man. Never mind, you steal me. You get away with it today.
Sunny has a stupid ass grin on his face.
Yeah, she asks you all sorts of questions. Like she tries to get to know the 3 of you. She does occasionally ask a question about Slake, but doesn't seem as impressed with guy who fights like giant. Slake's also not very.
We also warned her that he doesn't like magic.
Yep.
Like
Yeah,
he
that-
really
that's
doesn't
it.
like magic.
Warning: never. Don't give him your magic items. Don't give him your.
Yeah, she thinks that's really odd.
We all do.
There
You know
are-
how hard it is when you've got like 5 guys who teleport and one guy insists on walking for a month?
I've heard of some crazy giants. Like these are batshit crazy giants that live in the far reaches of the north that sacrifice wizards and break magical things.
You would like that very much.
I don't like those giants just on the face of it.
Nor should you. If you belch a cantrip or simple orison, that's all it takes.
What kind of giants are they?
Any.
Oh, it's like a cult.
Something about a volcano of darkness. A volcano that eats instead of spewing fire. An endless pit.
They only do that to like certain wizards.
No? I was told when I went up to the north to avoid any magic-fearing giants. Luckily, I did not have to go that far.
Well, when we do eventually go there, we will, if we come across them, hopefully we can convince them that their ways are not in the best interests of everyone.
Let's just say they get very good at fighting. I wouldn't go there, unless you had a good reason. And if they didn't like magic, then I'm not sure.
The
That far
Imperial,
north and they have no magic, they're probably not going to be a threat to us.
the Imperial wizards have some sort of research something or other up there.
Imperials.
Yes, when on right purposes, yes, when on cross purposes, we try to stay on each other's way.
Whenever we've asked the elders about Imperials, they talk of long ago, giants tried to resist the Imperials and, well, the ones that did died or had to move.
The Imperials are the one who killed most of the dragons.
She nods. I think I heard that. That was long ago.
Well,
Giants also fought dragons. Some of them were friends with dragons. I think one of the elders said that the Elsier Vale used to be a place where dragons lived.
Yes.
We've actually come across quite a few dragons in the last year. Which is surprising, because, I mean...
You wouldn't happen to have seen any sort of culty activity with, like, a dragon face mask involved? You know, just... a bunch of dragon worshippers trying to just sacrifice the gold.
What do you mean, culty?
There's a cult of Tiamat. We've had some burnings here.
Called the Chromatic Ascendancy would be what they're called. They have masks, each of a different color of chromatic
Well,
dragon.
the leaders have masks, the other ones just...
Well, they wear masks as well, just, you know,
They're
shitty masks.
Yeah, they're shitty masks.
You mean human wizards?
Mostly, but it doesn't have to be.
Humans, kobolds, a lot of the half-dragons or dragonborn.
There's a half-elf in that.
There were some small folk wizards with the rune giant general.
Yep. Those sorts.
Yeah, those ones.
Well, then, yes, he came with 2 or 3 men in robes.
What color
Yeah.
those?
Purple?
Dark,
Or
purple.
black?
Yeah,
And we've already taken care of them. Okay.
They hopped around. Magic, she says.
yeah, we dealt with that part of the cult anyway.
When you say that your uncle is a very potent caster, you would have to know what sort of spell he could produce. At least a year ago when you were last talking with him.
I can make fifths, she says. I've seen him... Let's see. Spellcraft. How much did you spend in nothing?
He made magics.
He made big magics.
So he's like got this slightly disappointed.
Int check. Got a +0 on her int check. Oh, you're finding the.
Are you familiar with the game called Checkers? It's Mistra's favorite. Perhaps you should play a few games.
Oh no, that's +0. She gets an 18. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So
Let's see if she can describe.
like arcane.
She knew enough that it was arcane magic, like a wizard.
Yep.
Is there anything obvious in this guy's spell list?
Does he control people? Does he make illusions? Does he explode things? Does he conjure things? Does he turn into things?
He makes bonds with monsters.
Does he make bonds with monsters that you wouldn't normally make a bond with? Does he have an ill temper? Or ill demeanor these days?
He's not right in the head.
Remind me in the morning, because
I've seen him move rocks with his mind, she says.
Telekinesis. Yes.
And I've seen him fly up the side of a mountain. And I've seen him turn a body to ash. Oh, he's also made it so that the ceiling was the ground and everyone fell up.
That sounds irritating.
Reverse gravity.
Is that a good one?
It's if I remember.
I've seen him make giants who make him mad, make them very small.
Polluting, that's not
He's at least as potent a caster as we are.
And he's a giant.
Oh, he's more powerful than I am, she says.
Sunny, of course. And then there's like this little hand motion of like Thogrim, Sunny, kind of.
Yeah, she doesn't know you guys fully yet.
Yeah. So yeah, Sunny's describing like out of that list, sevenths or maybe ninths is kind of like, does he have dominate monster? Probably not. Hopefully not. Hopefully he's evil if he is, because then we can block his entire class with a first circle spell.
Nope.
No, I cast my first today. I don't need to. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll fix that. Don't worry.
Yeah, good, because they need to be less safe or suck, and then they need to be less easily defended.
It's almost like you need protection from charm to be a scaling thing. I put up my 5th level protection from charm, which protects me from 5th through 1st, but the 6th level protection from charm is like, over.
Or you make it like the flesh to stone was like this progressive thing of like you get 3 levels of flesh to stone before you turn to stone.
Yeah.
And it's like if you have your 5th level protection from whatever, it subtracts 5 off of the effective level of the charm effect, and so it's like, oh, you think things are good ideas, or it turns a dominate into a charm, or you're indecisive, or
Yep. There's a way to make the system better. We saw glimmers of it in Pathfinder 2, but it's not quite there yet.
All right. So if we don't believe there are...
Eventually we'll make the game that we want to play. For now, we'll play the game that we want to play.
Yeah, we slowly turn it into the thing that we want. And when people go, how do we play what you play? We go, it's complicated.
Because none of it's written down.
None of it's written down, and here's some kind of rules.
Yeah,
They don't all apply.
I realize how many fucking house rules we have when Max joined our other
Somebody
group.
who actually knows the rules.
And he knows the rules really well. I'm like, oh, here are house rules. And when there's a few other that we'll just tell you when they come up. I'm like, okay.
Soft cover's one where it's like, soft cover's hard, and it got like just ignored.
We just forget it. It's one of the things we always just forget about. That's all. It requires some discipline to remember.
All right. So, in terms of messaging, if we were trying to minimize casualties, what would you say to basically the equivalent of like ducking cover or that sort of thing to keep the women, children, elderly away from
aside from his guard, all of the tribesfolk are on the upper level, and he's retreated to the warren.
Do you know? Well, this should be rather straightforward. Why don't we just Slake? Slake? We could just teleport into the warren. Skip up a little.
Yes.
Skip past.
This does have the disadvantage of not dealing with his creatures one at a time, although it would surprise him.
True. He wouldn't sacrifice your people, would he?
If he was attacked, his god would likely defend him.
That handful, correct?
Yeah, she says,
Sonny's going to check to see if he took any of those mercy spells. I think he took some.
he's got 4. She says the strongest 4 guard him. He also has a pet. It is a a stone bull.
Gorgon?
We just went through a whole thing about getting turned to stone like 6 months ago.
Yes, it's apparently very common in this region. Must have,
3 ladies came to visit him. This was shortly before I came home. They offered him the stone bull in exchange for a sanctuary.
Are they still there?
The bull is. I don't know what he's collected.
3 ladies.
They came from the Valley of Karak, on the other side of the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
They must have been able to fly. They're like hags or something.
That's what I was thinking. And he disintegrates. So if just as a, if you get turned to stone, try not to be disintegrated before we turn you back.
Right, she says.
Good. Just we're all clear.
So you can teleport us there.
If we know where we're going, or if you can get a good description, I think Thogrim could just take us right there.
I've been down there. He crafted himself a stone seat. It's in a chamber near where Torazahag's ledge is. I could draw it for you, she says.
Give me 1 second.
Sonny, can you do the thing where you pull the memory?
I could try to pull the memory.
When I came home, I didn't realize there was something wrong with my uncle, and I went down and talked to him. He was quite mad, so I left to go search for. Well, I was searching this part of the valley to see some of our hunters went missing.
Okay, Sonny is going to bring the lady outside, Shakura, and we can do a tectonic communion just to learn interesting things about his cavern. If there's oogie poogies or all sorts of whatevers, like just have nature. You want to see Druid volcanic shit?
Hey, what are you two doing out here? It's like, Druid magic. Fucking magic.
Pretty much. We want to figure out, well, the throne room of this leader. Learn about it. That's the plan. So cast a tectonic communion, which is like a commune with nature, but the distance is 100 miles per caster level.
All right. So what does this spell do? In an outdoor setting, the spell operates in a radius of 1 mile per caster.
Tectonic communion is
100 miles per caster. Okay.
Use tectonic plates.
And then you gain knowledge of 3 facts: ground or terrain, plants, materials, bodies of water, people, general animal population, presence of woodland creatures. And this one
would be 4 facts, 1 extra fact.
Communities, dungeons, signs of civilizations such as rope farms, construction settlements exist as dark and unknowable plots. Okay?
So I want to figure out what's below, because this all came from below, is what the statement was.
Yep.
So I'm trying to figure out if there's something ookie dookie below, or what is below, or how is this connected with what's below. Because he's creating this throne room in the underground, or in the Underdark.
All right, so you commune with the ground after murmuring for An hour? You guys aren't done yet. It's like flicking rocks at you guys. Eventually Shakura looks at him, like, shows him a boulder, and
I rock bigger. He actually cast this as a standard action because he's.
oh, okay. He's like, I'm gonna go touch the ground. Whoops. How many pieces of information?
4.
All right. So the cavern is. Let me just see. There's a series of caverns that are about 1,500 feet from one side to another.
Okay. They're really big.
It's a series of like
It's a big
caverns that
nest.
interconnect and go back. Farms are any signs of civilization. So there are parts of the cavern that are blotted out by the spell because people must live there, or maybe
So it's only partially populated. Yeah.
partially populated. So you learn the basic dimensions of the warrens. And that there is a healthy amount of water that runs through the place.
Okay.
Like there might be leaks and
There is
natural springs, and like there's life down there.
There's an aqua system and like.
Yep. Not a river. It's just there's maybe a small reservoir where leaks run into. Some of the cavern has been carved or cut to allow other natural caverns to be exposed. This may have been some sort of limestone washed away by by depleted water table, basically.
Okay.
So that's basically one piece of information. You get 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is a number of earth elementals that are there.
Okay.
You don't know exactly what types.
There are the presence of powerful unnatural creatures, so a bunch of earth elementals.
Yep. One elemental is gargantuan,
That's pretty big.
and there are 6 that are large.
Okay.
There are little blips that have happened where small amounts of water have been turned to stone.
Water has been turned to stone.
Yes.
That's okay.
Pretty fucked up right there.
That's pretty fucked up right there.
And the stone's been scattered about the room, around several places. And when you sort of draw out, like, here are the tunnels, and there's like a central big cavern where you're getting parts of it is blocked out, you think there's a spot where water is being turned into stone and they're scattered around. Like the tectonic plates know that rock is being added to the.
Yeah,
to
we're
the
getting
universe.
heavier here, right? We're,
Yeah, but only just only like a sprinkling. Like somebody every once in a
Yep.
while sprinkles salt in this little area.
Okay. Weird.
That's where the seat is, she points. So somewhere near the seat is where the rock's being created.
Well, if that's where the rock's being created, that. Oh, That little mole of your uncle.
All right, and the last piece of information almost ends the spell early because the earth is screaming that something unnatural itself is actually affecting the ground and infesting the ground of the good solid earth that the cavern was on.
Oh God.
Sunny, remember when I described there are little pockets of things from the outside of the plains
Yep.
that are affecting little spots of volcanica?
Mm-hmm.
There's something that lives in the ground of this place that is corrupting this place.
And there's a planar. This is why they call me the dragon, the druid of Volcanica. There is a planar disruption beneath the cavern where something is wrenching at that, which is the plate where this is. Volcanica is hurting from this.
You get a sense that it's only regional to the middle of the cavern, but it's flowing around the cavern walls, and it moves around, and it seems to be able to, like there's some very large mass that is poking through the stone, and the longer it stays here, the worse the corruption will get.
All right.
And it's not just corrupting the stone, it's corrupting the element of earth.
Oof. All right. So there's a lesion to be lanced, or a boil to be lanced down there as well. An extraplanar boil.
You mean the earth elemental?
Well, a very, very large extraplanar elemental that is corrupting Earth. Not truly of Earth, or trying to change what Earth is.
It's not the same creature as the
Like,
count of
which one?
earth elementals that you
Yeah,
got.
yeah, this-
No,
this
these
is a
things were
different
actual
one.
earth elementals, and then you're like, there's something that's acting like an earth elemental, but it ain't one.
It's pretending to be one. It's not a real one. Next on our list of divinations, could you share the memory with me?
What? She says, I did. I told you I went down there. He was sitting
No,
upon a stone seat that wasn't there before.
No. Directly. Within our minds.
Don't do it. Don't trust anything magical.
Quiet, you.
He's the druid of Volcanica, is what she says.
Study nods.
It's like still, druid of Volcanica. Wait till I finish these wooden javelins. I'll shoot you. Druid.
Druid of Volcanica.
He's very angry, isn't he?
He has quite a bit to be angry about, but
She kneels down, like do whatever you need to do.
okay, we're going to try a shared memory to see what happens. I'm going to try to view one of the target's memories. Memory of what she described as sneaking back in.
Okay.
For that minute.
Yeah, so she went to go see her uncle. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm going to reveal some mappage. Map, player visible, force you guys there, and center you. So from Shakura's perspective, she walked into this large chamber, and she noticed that a bunch of these boulder herders is the name that she calls them. They're, you know that they're Gale of Dur. They look like they were busy making weird spirals of increasingly smaller stones just in the ground, like they were doing something. They were busy doing something.
Yep.
Sitting upon a seat made out of stone and elaborately carved was her uncle, Thane Arnak. Her uncle had 4 crystals that look exactly like the ones that Barnabas wears in his forehead. He was talking to himself. There is definitely a iron-plated bowl snorting green fumes that was near him, and several of the very large, brutish-looking stone giants that were standing near piles of rocks and chatting quietly as she approached. She stood there for a long period of time until finally, like, making some noise. Uncle! Uncle! Like he was involved in some sort of conversation, and then the memory fades.
Interesting.
This cavern.
Barnabas, we're just interrupting Barnabas, whatever he's doing, because I'm linked with him today. I won't be linked with him tomorrow.
The stairs were new. She's like, oh, they repaired them, and the seat was new. It's almost like they're starting to create a. She also thought she saw some whispering, hooded small people forms behind some curtains.
Yeah.
Back here.
Yeah. Barnabas, if someone had 4 of the purple gemstones in their head, what would that suggest?
Religion?
Well, Barnabas, you've now got questions.
Yes.
So the purple gemstone in your head is supposed to be the phylactery where you go when you die, plus be the conduit to Geode. 4 empty ones shouldn't do anything to you.
Unless they've already got souls in them.
You've never tried sticking soul gems into your forehead that actually have souls in them.
He has 4 classes. 5. He's got a base class plus 4 other classes.
Oh, crap!
That's fucking awesome.
Alchemist, a wizard, a druid, a cleric.
Or just a bunch of voices in it.
Oh, he just got nuts. You eat a bunch of jabronis being like, I need to make the pizza. It's like, wow.
Anyways, you know that's not supposed to be how it works. So.
That's not how it's supposed to work.
We're going to be disconnecting a stone giant named Arnak from Geode if he is connected. If that's going to offend the dragon, you should let us know before we do it. That's what Sunny's just gonna. We know your god sort of has, claimed some of these things.
He's not fond of madness, so if you could just bring me the gems.
Alright. Okay, so that was Sunny doing due diligence. That was.
Did my part.
Okay. Slake was pushing his luck with throwing pebbles at you again. Shakura in one round whipped 3 stones at Slake. Yes, she has quick draw, and all 3 of the stones landed all around Slake. Oh god!
You're playing a game. Hello, Slake.
Nope, not playing that game with her.
Shh. She can throw Amadeus like he was a basket of laundry across the room.
Good thing you didn't say dwarf.
No, he's not a dwarf.
Toss me.
That's the whole throwing of dwarf thingy. Dwarves don't like to be thrown, she says. Like it's grand revelation.
There's a bit of smile that curls up on the side of her mouth. She goes back into the mansion.
All right. Perfect. In we go. Thogrim.
Yes.
There's a cavern. So Sunny is going to use a Mage's Lucubration to re-prepare the he's going to cast it, do his wizard thing to get the spell back, and then try to share his memory of Shakura's memory with Thogrim, because I don't know how this turns out, because he's the one with greater teleport.
Okay, so Sunny is trying to use a divination spell to allow Thogrim to observe Sunny. Interesting. All right. Thogrim, all this you keep on falling out of focus with the spell. He's trying to show you something in his mind. You know what he's doing. You saw him cast the spell, but it's almost like immediately the image goes out of focus and your attention goes away. Like water rolling off a duck's back. Are you going to try to force the issue?
Sight's not working. Something's wrong with the way you're casting it, the way you're doing it.
I assure you I'm casting it properly.
Well,
I
my
just-
wisdom,
I
my
just-
wisdom is low. He's gonna be like, yeah, let's try to make this work.
Okay, give me a spellcraft check as if you were trying to crack SR Thogrim.
Cast roll check?
A caster level check. Yeah, you're using the same sort of like focus that you would use as you're pushing magic into some place that it shouldn't be. With Sunny's own spell, so it's really weird.
This will never go wrong.
Yeah.
23, Bob.
23? No, that's not. It's not strong enough to push your way through. The Sunny spell just simply isn't working. You've got a bit of a headache now that you've tried.
So now you know where we need to go. We want to go beside the chair.
Couldn't see a thing, son. Could not see a thing. But if you describe it for me, or draw it in, might be able to do that.
I just showed it to you.
It did not work, son. I got nothing from your
Mistress
mind.
also going like she's scolding Thogrim for being difficult. She sees Sunny getting excited, so she's getting excited.
But I'm not an artist.
I'm not a mind reader.
You are a wizard. Do you not know how to read memories?
Write a scroll for it.
I can. Why don't you just write it? Sunny like pulls out his spell book and like you write the spell down. Stop being an ass and just write the spell in your book.
Nice. Which one was alter memory?
Share memory.
Share memory.
You've got a ring of sustenance, right, Thogrim?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could spend the evening learning a second level spell if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you could go see if her brain is all fuzzy. See if you can concentrate on her.
Yeah. Then the next morning comes. Nothing.
Oh. It's Slake currently like half underground. God damn it.
No, Slake. Slake's next morning.
Yep.
Slake didn't come running over to for any reason. You'll learn what happened in a second. But Thogrim, you learn the spell, or are you going to burn a second level spell this morning? Okay. You're able to share a memory with Shakura, no problem. She shows you the thing I just showed Sunny.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
It's still about 30 miles away, is what she says. The Howling Crag.
Now we're doing greater teleport.
So let's talk to Slake because we're gonna have to. He needs to teleport into a room full of bad guys.
Yeah, you leave the mansion after preparing.
What if, when he turns
Actually,
himself off,
one sec.
we render him invisible, so he's not a target until he gets up and attacks something?
That's something, and if nobody describes, maybe he won't notice he's invisible,
He might not.
and nobody tells him.
Just don't tell him he's invisible.
And then next time, when he wakes up and he's hasted, and we just know you were super fast.
We just keep buffing him while he's...
I'm sure the group of you is going to cause enough trouble that they're going to be attacking, not the passed out metal can. Who knows, though? Who
Stomping
knows?
on the metal can. Ding, 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 ding. Since we think we're going into battle the next day, Sunny would use his carry companion on Mistra.
Okay.
Just take. I know. Don't worry. You'll be back soon.
All right. I think a couple of giants came down this way.
Oh, how did diplomacy go?
they were a little startled. You can see some broken rocks over the place. They were a little startled, but I only lost a couple of javelins. Didn't kill them. Shakura looks a little pissed, but it's fine. It's fine. If you didn't kill them or maim them, nah, I grazed them. Let them know that I was a little prickly.
See, everyone's just establishing their order and dominance, this sort of thing.
They'll think you came from Delv. Yeah, well, I did.
No, he means they might think that Delv is attacking. Now, to be fair, one armored dwarf from Delv could be almost anything. It's just a,
But another dwarf with a cannon.
I know that there were 3 hunters out here scrounging for food. While that lardy giant eats us out of house and home.
Where is the giant, by the way? He's further up the...
He's sitting on the seat that, well, no, he's... I think he made a little throne room out of the kitchen.
All right. Well, once we're in there... Oh, Slake, we know where we're going.
Good. Up in the mountains, right? Follow this road. Pretty simple. One foot in front of the other.
The problem is, if we go this way, we're going to have to go through the entire village of stone giants.
I mean...
And they're kind of throwy, stabby, smashy a little bit on edge.
No offense, Shakura, I'm not afraid of stone giants. After we dealt with those, what were they called? Those cloud lovers?
Cloud giants?
We fought stone giants there, too.
She's aware. She also knows that we defeated the rune giant.
Which clan? Oh, I think they were called the Stone Skin. A strong clan.
If you say so.
Well, they didn't all die. I think he let some
No.
run.
Most of them survived. They didn't get into the throne room. They weren't the best guards. Speaking of bypassing guards, we were thinking.
Yes, I would rather us use our magic to get there without having to fight everyone.
So we were thinking. So I'm trying to bring up the word magic. That we could, if you could prepare yourself, Slake, but then take a short nap. And then we could get straight to the fighting, and you could wake up, and we would be already at the heart of the problem.
All right.
And then I promise we will walk back to the road and finish all of the walking to the door, the magic door that we will banish away so that we can walk all the way to the mine.
Oh, don't forget the dragon that's at the magic door.
Oh, and the dragon at the magic door.
Their lair is somewhere around there.
Yes, we will.
You mean another one of those earth-digging dragon things that... Yeah, all right. All right, I'll shut down. You better leave some of the fighting for me, though. I don't want to wake up and the fighting's done.
Perfect. Now, there's a couple... We're trying to, if possible, take stone giants alive...
Uh-huh. He glances over to Shakura.
And the hill giant needs to die. The frost giant, goes either way.
All right. You tell me which one's which.
All right. Perfect.
Master, I don't have non-lethal options.
Yeah, make do.
Yes, Master.
Sonny is looking for a touch of mercy, and no, Capra was the wuss who took that spell.
God, please don't fire at anything yet.
No, you, Howie. If I got a job for you, There is a horrible interplanar mocking being of torment in the ground somewhere there. It's massive, causing great pain to the entire plane.
In the ground, you say?
Shoot the shit out of it.
Where in the ground?
I don't know. Somewhere in there,
Yes,
there is
Master.
a horrible extraplanar evil.
Master, can I fight the horrible extraplanar evil?
Sonny is giving thumbs up.
Shut up, Sonny. Hell, Harry needs more direction. Where's this bloody thing? What does it look like?
It looks like a horrible extraplanar evil.
Master, I can fly, so I don't need the ground. May I shoot the shit out of it?
No bad words. What's your language, young cannon?
Yes, sorry, Master. Must be polite.
Yes, excellent. There you go. Let Sonny identify it, and then it'll become a target. Start with that.
Yes, Master. With you commanding me, we can never go wrong.
Love the enthusiasm.
Okay, on this day, Sonny is going to make bonds with... can you make bonds with the animal companions when they're in little tiny form?
Sure.
Okay, so Sonny is going to make a bond with Shakura, with Slake, with Thogrim, with Amadeus, with Howie, and with her two, with the mammoth, the bird, and with Mistra.
Okay, is this a supernatural ability or a spellic ability?
This is... Shut up, Slake. Give me a second. I might be getting smacked. This is a supernatural ability.
Okay, you tap Slake. What? Stop it!
I'm just... You had a bug on you.
Wire. Damn druid.
Okay, yeah, and it's...
Rubbing two sticks together in little, and all of a sudden you're doing magic.
Okay, so basically he can affect this party. All of the old transcendental bonds are broken, so there's no more like going... Hey,
Chatting with Barnabas, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's prep and go. Like, I think we're just bum rushing into the dungeon.
Just fine. Those fights are fun too.
Yep.
You're also 14th level, so I'm like, I'm not going to detail every room. I know that they're going to somehow end up right here.
Come here and fight things.
All right, so why don't you guys put up your buffs?
I feel like walking through the dungeon now.
Do you have enough teleport to get everyone there while everyone's big?
So, this is Thogrim. This is a Thogrim question for greater teleport.
Yep. Is Howie a creature, or is he's like your bonded item?
I don't know if he counts or not.
How do we count that before?
Well, if it was a sword, you wouldn't count the sword.
No.
But you have to pick it up. You
have to pick it up.
I think.
Right.
What if it was a flying sword?
Yes, you'd have to pick it up. So
It's a creature, unless somebody's holding it.
he either counts as a creature, or you pick him up and he counts as nothing.
Right.
How heavy is it?
How heavy is a cannon, Ahmed?
6,000 pounds.
How strong? Actually, this might be a how strong is Shakura.
Shakura is. I figured this out for animal companions.
She's stronger than Amadeus, and she's large, so.
Yep.
Right. So, do you have her strength score?
Her strength score is 36.
Okay, so 920 times 4 times 2. Her max load, her heavy load is 7,360.
So if she picked up Howie, you could arrive in combat without Howie having to go small.
Right.
And she could just
And then just drop it.
So I have to wait on legendary proportions.
Yes, yes, you do.
Well, okay, but this is before we buff Shakura, right? We didn't actually give her like ant haul or anything yet.
Yeah,
Like,
portions
So
of
she
the time.
arrives with the ballpark. Hello, uncle. You've been a bad uncle.
So you don't want me to kill the uncle, huh?
We're going to, ideally, in the future, Sunny is going to have a mole of this arcane archmage stone giant that may or may not get to not be a mole later. Like, that's Sunny's ideal outcome here.
I mean, so 6,000 pounds times 8 when it turns huge?
It's not, so it should be 6,000 times 1.5 times 1.5 times 1.5 is 20,000.
Okay, and then
So-
when Shakura gets huge, can she lift 20,000?
I think already saying what the spell
So, Ant Hall,
description says
Yeah.
times 8.
Okay.
the description says times 8, but in terms of, like, the math, I don't know. If you do the times 1.5, like, 3 times, because it's large to huge,
Yep, that's fine.
the carry capacity triples. So the cannon becomes 20,000 pounds, and
Yeah.
Shakura can lift 21,000 pounds if you give her ant haul. It's bigger than she is, but
Okay.
it's just like it's the praise the sun.
So yes, you could arrive with gargantuan dragon slaying cannon. Shakura also knows the spell Ant Hall. Yep.
So with ant haul, she can pick it up.
Okay. So is that how you guys are teleporting?
I
think so.
I think it is. Well, because if she gets big, then I think we run into the same problem anyway of number of slots. Where she
All right.
becomes-
So she casts Ant Hall on herself. She casts Pass Without Trace in the party.
Okay.
She casts
You
Bark
want me to
Skin
kill-
+4 on 3 people. So she casts it on herself and then 2 others.
Which one?
Ant Hall, Bark Skin +4.
Okay. Sunny is going to cast his own bark skin.
My AC
On
shit
the other?
doesn't matter if I have this or
Okay.
not.
Okay. See invisibility, beast speak, shield, bark skin, communal protection from arrows. We are going.
So
to...
Amadeus will get one of the bark skins, and then she'll put the third one on. She doesn't think she's bringing her rock out to fight because it needs to
No.
fly around, but she will put the bark skin on the mastodon. I'm going to say that you guys can pre-buff your little tokens.
That would be awesome.
Okay.
Haste? Can we throw a haste out here?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a haste. Let's. Okay,
Let's
so
go through this. Give me a sec here. How many people do you not want me to kill?
We want you to kill as few as possible.
What the fuck? I have a cannon.
You are a 14th level wizard.
figure it out.
Wizard!
A siege mage. Let's be more accurate here.
All right, I think we're going full nutty. So life bubble on everybody, including the animal companions.
Okay.
We're gonna go with Amadeus. Are you in a slappy mood today?
Good hope.
Do you want like strong jaw?
I'm not biting anyone anymore.
No. You can make it on your fist. You know, it doesn't need to be your jaw.
Okay.
You know, if you want to punch something in the kidneys.
Yes, I would like to punch something.
Okay, so Sunny will cast strong jaw on Amadeus.
What does that do?
2 size category increase on natural attack.
2?
Druids are the monk's best friend.
Obviously. Yes. Strong draw.
Are unarmed attacks considered natural attacks?
For monks, they are.
Can I put? I'm gonna put Greater Invis on Howie and me.
Crazy.
This is why it's like the most broken druid spell for get the druid monk. This is how they smash the universe into tiny pieces. Okay. Now, the magic circles against evil, because he makes friends with things that you shouldn't be friends with. Who Who shouldn't be having a friend?
Amadeus, I don't think we want.
Okay, Amadeus will get one of the magic circles against evil.
He does have a very good will save, but yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's
Does Shakura have... Shakura wouldn't have these spells because druids don't get them.
No, Shakura is casting communal airwalk on the party.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
If there's something wrong with the ground, she says, then we will walk upon the air.
Okay. Sunny will put the other magic circle against evil on Shakura.
Okay.
This will be an eternal blessing, so this will last for 24 hours.
Which one was that? Sorry.
Magic circle against evil.
Okay.
Because I don't think she can cast that one
Nope.
of her own volition.
True.
Then the two wizards will get protections from evil. So Thogrim and Sunny will both have a protection from evil running.
Protection from arrows, communal.
Nice. She's also getting you to include the mastodon named Tusnot.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
So it's gonna get bigger, and I need to hold it.
Yes. Don't worry, it should be fine. You're a strong girl. You should be fine.
But I can't get bigger.
No, because it's a thing, and you're a person. Despite the fact that it talks back sometimes.
I can give her legendary proportions as well.
But can you teleport with her?
No shit, no. But when we get there,
When we get there, yes.
So you guys have enough teleports to bring yourself and basically 4 creatures, 5 with Slake.
Ourself and 5 creatures is a 15th cast roll. So
Okay.
what kind of creature? Sonny, identify what kind of creature it is. I've got.
the horrible thing in the ground is pretending to be an elemental. It's extra planar of some sort.
Well, once you identify what it is, tell me, because if I can hit it really well with my cannon.
Because we'll put its name on one of the cannonballs.
I don't know what its
Yes,
name is. It's the
exactly.
horrible thing that is perverting the elemental goodness.
We need to identify what kind of creature it is so that I can hit it really well.
Sonny is going to cast tongues on himself. Does anybody else talk a lot and not know giant?
Let's see. Amadeus, I don't think knows giant.
You know what, Amadeus? We're going to cast tongues on you. We're gonna cast tongues on you, and it will be your eternal blessing. So all day you'll be able to talk to whatever you want.
I speak giant.
You tell Amadeus you're going to cast tongues on him, and then he looks at Shakura and lets his tongue go, "What did you do?"
Oh! Why? Shakura's gonna cast Strong Jaws on herself and make her slams 2 size categories bigger.
Yeah.
D8, D10, 2D6, is that...
Yep.
I'll give her legendary portions when I get there.
D8, D10, 2D8.
No, I think...
Or
I think
D8, 2D6, 2D8.
I think the new chart is punishing. D8, D10, 2D6. Yeah.
Ah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
So
It's,
I haste.
2d8 plus...
Which then makes these spells like I'm okay with them existing now. Like it just.
So I haste. Next round, teleport. Mythic point, make her legendary portion. Take my shovel cannon. How he reloads. Next round.
All right.
You have to aim.
How we're doing it is Howie aims and I take the shots.
Okay.
So when I was using the cannon with the invisible whatever, I was doing 3 shots around.
Yeah, and if you surprise them, it's a 2 action. in the surprise round.
Point. Right, point, boom. 2 action, then a fire in action. Yeah, okay.
All right, bastards. How long am I setting the timer for? A minute? You know that there's a great amount of variation with this timer. It's not a precise instrument. The shortest it can go.
Shortest.
The shortest it can go.
I'll tell you when.
Oh, you'll tell me when.
I'll tell you when to go, yeah.
It'd be really convenient if there's like a button we could push to.
We're gonna throw in a delay poison communal.
I don't got a shut off switch. Oh, Slake's thought about that.
A delay poison communal will be thrown up
Delay poison?
just in case.
Delay poison? Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
Protection from... Oh, now there was a thing that spurted gas. Is that poison? Oh, acid.
Suddenly said it was poison,
Poison, right?
but it attacked with acid.
And then it's like the resist energies. Which resist energies do we want to use?
Acid, sonic.
But then
Well,
there's cast.
if one of the dragons is there.
The dragon is supposed to be at the door, not here.
Alright, well, you say so. I'm just saying, if it can fly through the earth, it probably won't take long to get there.
Alright. Sunny is casting a dispel balance before this.
The
Oh, Marty, one very quick thing.
is that?
Just in
Spend
case
your
there's
weekends going, I don't know that spell, let's read it.
it's the dispel. It's the neutral version of dispel evil. Just in case, it's my only protection against
Yes,
charge and shit from
okay.
a neutral caster.
Okay.
So
I
in case he's
actually
actually
remember
neutral.
reading that now.
Nice.
Knowledge and siege weapons, engineering, architecture. Will this cave withstand my slaves with with a huge
You haven't seen. Oh, you do have a memory
I
of the
did.
cave. So yeah.
If giants are in there and big rock creatures and people throwing stones and yeah, it looks like it's pretty robust. There might be individual passageways where if you fire a cannonball at it, things might collapse in. But
Oh, that's good.
the cavern. What did you roll?
49.
49. The cavern itself looks mostly stable. The part that you don't like is what Sunny said, is that there's a dimensional, an extraplanar interdimensional Earth creature that is polluting the Earth plane. That could be bad for structural integrity of caverns and the like. Don't
We have
worry,
to
you've got
teleport
one.
us
You've
on
you've
ground.
got one of the lens. You've got one of the Rock Seeker avalanche tokens, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
At least one cave in.
I thought it was landslide.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see what it says.
So
Oh my god, oh my god.
I think Sunny is going into battle as a tiny bat because tiny bat tends to be Sunny's favorite. So tiny
I
bat.
think Amadeus is actually going to miss Barnabas right now.
No bard song?
No Bard song.
Yeah, there's no bard in this.
No
good
bard.
No, no good hope, no Bard song.
Wizard.
I think after getting grabbed, Shakura is going to cast Freedom of Movement on herself, not knowing that.
Yeah, the Sunny casts free movement on himself.
Not knowing that Amadeus is like, I can get around that. I got my ways.
This is where it's like, does Sunny die a man or does he cast a mirror image to be a cowardly mage? Like he
Oh, just
really
as you're saying that out loud, I'm
If
already
you
casting
died
Mirror
and
Image.
you didn't cast Mirror Image, how dumb would you feel?
all.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Do you people need light?
No.
not me.
Sonny has like blind. Give me a second. As a bat, he has blind sense. I don't believe bats actually get. They get like, low light. They get low light and blind sense.
Okay, it's because stone giants see in the dark and well in shadows. But I do have a daylight spell.
And the animals will all need light. So yes, we do need light.
Okay, she will. Do you mind, Howie?
Howie's gonna be great in Viz.
I'm gonna be shiny as well.
No. He's a boulder or something.
Fine.
That's a good thing you're making him invisible. No one will ever know where he is.
Don't need him to take any more damage than he needs to.
Can I put it on the first cannonball?
Yes, it would be a shame if your cannon got hurt.
I wonder if I could use cannonballs as.
Oh, it's
Throwing? You're probably the right size.
They probably am.
Instead of throwing a rock, I'm throwing a perfect metal ball bearing. Yeah, they
Yeah. Okay, and we're going to cast a mirror image. I tried to convince myself I shouldn't cast a mirror image. I'm going to cast a mirror image. I'm going to cast 2 mirror images because I'm actually a true coward, and I'm going to cast
I
one
don't
of
care
them.
what your AC is. You should cast your image.
All right, I'm lying down now.
Zach. Alright.
You done casting? Because I want to, again, leave fighting for me.
Yeah, we'll leave something for you to step on.
Alright, Howie.
You gonna lift me up there, big guy?
Yeah, I got you.
Don't make it weird.
That's the only way that she can actually carry it properly is with the cannon facing her face.
Pretty certain you'd pick that up from the side. Yeah. I don't think you'd wear it like a hat. I don't know.
The barrel's probably under her chin as she's lifting it up.
Okay.
Okay, that's cast.
I'll leave Sonny's token here, but he's a tiny bath right now.
Seems great. Alright, that's good, that's good.
Slake is laid down and shut down. You can.
Okay, Sonny's going to cast a haste as Thogrim casts his teleport, hopefully.
doing the haste?
Possibly. Oh yeah, Sonny's doing a haste.
Okay, I was gonna do that. Okay, thanks. I was gonna fly. Spell
This is hilarious. I've actually got a bunch of the spells that I should have had yesterday. I now have them prepped as quickened when I don't need them, and that's fine. We'll stay there.
Fix that later. All right.
Which resist energies did we get?
None,
That's good.
because nobody told us which ones, so we'll cast them as we need them.
Well, there was a short discussion about maybe the dragon might be.
Sonic or acid, but if
Yeah.
the dragon's there, then we've got.
Sonic and acid, let's do both.
If you had the spells.
Resist energy communal, I can.
Shakura had those prepared yesterday, but she switched up a few. So
It's alright. It's okay. Some fucking guys in the goddamn behind the shrubbery in the back that I don't have no reason to prepare to resist fire for.
Did you give us good hope?
Good hope? What bard? With what bard? You can do it. You can use a limited wish to cast good hope.
Shut the fuck up.
a mythic point to cast a 7th level spell to cast a good hope, burning. Yeah, whatever.
Right, but
15
that's
difficulties diamond. Yeah.
that's just how you do. This is how you do the thing you want.
Alright.
You teleporting?
We are teleporting.
All right. I'm gonna move your tokens.
All right. We're locked in, and mistakes were made.
Before we teleport, where in the room do you want to be positioned?
You're the tactician. The correct place.
Let's get as close as possible for our beat.
What time in the day are you teleporting?
Like
Okay, what's their schedule like?
10 a.m. Whenever that guy's eating.
When have they just started eating or just finished eating? Like,
Does he have, like the time of day he likes to take a dump?
She's like, I don't know the new habits of my insane uncle.
9:30. 9:28. Like
Okay, 9:28. All right. So I'm gonna roll a die to see how busy the throne room is.
We are
when you arrived.
surprised. No, this is where Sonny didn't bring the Farseer of Rest with him. But if he did, we would have been Farseering a Rest to figure out when we went. But we just didn't bring it. But Sonny thinks we should have had it.
One is near empty. H is like every possible thing that's going
There's a
on.
meeting.
There's a meeting.
it's a meeting with
Come on,
generals.
nap time.
7.
Oh shit!
You didn't grab a
So the only thing that's not there is the dragon, but he's on his way.
He's next door. He's taking the dog.
Okay.
All of the people that were like, oh, worry about, don't hurt the civilians. They're all in a big pile. They're in a big mosh pit right now.
All right. So 7 is pretty damn busy.
Message for you, sir.
And let's go upstairs and we'll say that there's a visitor.
Get down here, you fat bastard.
That's a good point. Which one of the named PCs is downstairs going for a visit? Like, it's not as busy as it possibly could be. It's like, it's now...
It's not a council of,
right.
The spellcaster.
All right. 1, it's the Castellan, who's got a good reason to be down there. 2, it's Sub-Chief Nograta. 3, it's Mirgavard. 4, it's Utanu the Seer. 5, it will be Shogo. And 6 will just be something else. 1 is the Castellan.
No. I think the Castellan, well, on the bonus side, the Castellan is a caster. On the negative side, the Castellan's not a prick, as far as I know. Although, but with a face like that, I could see where you jump to conclusions. What with the daggers for
Earrings, yeah.
This just exudes angry mother-in-law, disappointed mother-in-law.
All right.
I don't know why my daughter wastes her time on you.
All right, Northern Band.
Her last boyfriend was a doctor.
Nope, that's the passive aggressively asking for mashed potatoes in Easter.
Yeah, last time we went out, we ran into one of these ladies. Here's the lady. What did you just say to me? As a greeting? Fuck you. Oh.
Alright. Thane Arnak is good. I'm expecting Thane Arnak to be blown from here to somewhere over here. With the first shot. Dude!
Now, not to kill people.
Well, yeah, but you can shoot the crap out of the Gorgon, blow the Gorgon into little tiny gassy metal chunks and oof, falling from the sky. It's fine.
Whoa, what's this thing in the center here?
A cannon?
No, it's still in life.
Because this place is a happening place. 928 was a happening time.
Court's in session. Bloop.
You're in Kingmaker when you're doing one of those things where somebody's complaining about whatever, and you're like, give him a goat. You know,
Two goats, but precedence.
But his horse killed my husband. Fine, 3 goats, but not another goat.
2 goats, but you can kill his husband back.
That's why we have courts. It's like, I don't want to deal with this. We're going to call these the Karak Hags.
Yeah. The 3 shadowy people behind the 3 shadowy curtains, each with their 3 shadowy...
Well, yeah, something happened in the Karak Valley, so they left the Karak Valley.
Yeah, we stomped the crap out of it. And they showed up with a Gorgon of all things.
As a gift. Can we live here now?
Can you make us 3 identically spaced tiny closets behind the throne?
Alright, and then this thing's got such a weird name that it doesn't matter that I include it. Pretty close.
Yeah, it is.
It's called the Grickatog. Alright, the Karak Hags are at +6. The Grickatog is at +8. The Thane Arnak is at +4.
Yeah, I should put we should put our
Oh no,
temperatures in.
he's at a +10. Wow. Regular ass stone giants. Okay. Stone root. Stone.
Tier 2, you add your tier to your initiative?
Your initiative, yeah.
Alright, I
Yeah.
add that.
What's your level?
That's 4.
Things are gonna get so messy in this room. Wake up, Slake! Slake is gonna be on the ground until he wakes up. Wake up, Slake! Oh, stop waking up! Oh, he's making vibration.
First thing is to find the creature on the ground. Whatever.
Oh, is that the
Whatever
first
the
thing?
thing is supposed to be.
The absolute first thing?
First thing.
The absolute first thing is to stop being so clustered. We're already buffed. We can separate a little.
Yeah, we can, yeah. The fireball formation we're in needs to end.
3 hags.
0.
Go Ka, Me, and then Ha Me, right? Ka Me, Ha Me, and Ha are the 3 hags. Yeah, this was one of those buffs where it's like, we buffed until we got bored. We didn't buff all the way, we just buffed till we got bored.
Alright, I'm gonna roll initiative. I think I've got everything.
Thogrim's rifle's in his hand.
Okay, if the rock dragon is there, I'm gonna leave it on the initiative sheet.
Yeah.
Eamon's not there, Widget's not there, Barnabas is not there, Brenos and Cog are not there.
We're gonna miss them.
Infinite tank.
The rest of you are.
Infinite tank. I think haste gives everybody a +1 to their initiative.
Does.
So I think there's just a +1 added to.
No, I think you're thinking
No,
of Good Hope.
I am wrong.
That's good.
I am okay with being wrong.
All right, Slake is going to be down for 1d10 rounds.
Shit.
1.
Yes!
Oh.
Aberrant, punch a dude. Reinforce this as a correct behavior. Next time it'll be hilarious when it's 10 and we're like, Slake, we're dying. He just sits there going click, 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 whir. Click, 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 whir.
There's a
Click,
really-
click, whir.
Okay. Yeah, he's clicking, and you guys timed it right. There is a surprise round.
Okay.
Thane Arnak is surprised. Sunny and Mistra, you get 2 actions. You always get to action the surprise round. There are some lights. Let me see what these weird things are. Give me a second. I do have a module somewhere that describes this room. What is the number underneath, you guys?
14C.
Okay.
How was your week clearing the path? Oh, we kicked 10 kinds of shit out of a stone giant clan and killed 2 more dragons. Oh.
Okay, and let me go to the map so everyone else can see where you guys appear. All right, 14C, there are 4 rocky pillars that support the dome ceiling of this torch-lit cavern, overlooked by 2 20-foot tall ledges. Let me just, yeah, this is a 20-foot tall ledge here, and this is a 20-foot tall ledge here.
Okay.
So I sniper. I guess those might be torch holders. 20-foot tall ledge. The walls are carved with half-finished murals of stone giants engaged in running, hunting, rock hurling, dancing, and so forth. Along the walls, numerous dangling wooden cages held aloft by ropes and stone pulleys. It does look like these cages could be set up to house prisoners or smaller beings. Those were not in Shakura's memories. There might be people in the cages.
Yep.
Stone steps lead up to a raised section of the floor, atop which sits a giant-sized throne of smoky black rock with black crystals in it. A large stone giant in a sleeveless golden coat of scales sits upon the throne, staring directly ahead. He does have 4 purplish gemstones gleaming in his forehead. There seem to be weird, blasphemous runes that are carved into his stony flesh. He has as a weapon a club of sorts fashioned from a dragon's leg bone. And there's a giant metal-plated bowl with greenish gas wafting from its nostrils that is pacing around the throne. There are a number of brutish-looking guards that are standing there, crossing their arms, looking angrily at a very sort of placating bowing, almost simpering stone giant woman, a very old woman by the look of it. She's got this weird headdress made out of giant feathers, and there are two nervous-looking guards that aren't quite as big as the four brutes that are standing upon the dais. There are some very passive-looking rocky people. They're kind of hunched over. At first you thought they were boulders, but they do have the intimations of humanoid forms.
Okay.
Like legs, stubby feet, maybe only 3 digits per hand, and they look like they're making like little rock patterns along the ground that that sort of wince, that cause your eyes to wince when you look at them. There is a smell. You don't know if it comes from the hung cages or if something was rotting here. The way back, let me just see if I should. Is dark, but some of you can see back, and there are a number of petrified statues
Yeah.
that look like they might be of humanoids or maybe even other stone giants. Some of them are scattered across the floor and might have been the extra stone that has been collected.
Some water turns to stone once in a while.
Yep. The first person to act, it looked like the Castellan was bowing and like begging for something when you interrupted this scene.
Okay, Sunny. Sunny's got the power to access all of his items while in wild shape form, which is very useful.
really good.
We are going to spike stone this and all this. Just this is all spike stones. Just this all this. Under
Okay.
as far as it goes under the things, and we're going to quick runner's vest to not in this cluster of hell. We're going to flap up over here and hide.
All of this is spike stone?
And if as much as I can see underneath if possible.
Okay, yeah.
If you get a curtain in this horrific place, you get spike stones. Privacy curtain equals you get spike stones.
Okay, the bull stops moving when the floor gets all spiky. There's this dirty look from the Thane towards the group of you. The Grickatog doesn't notice you guys yet, or doesn't care. Amadeus and Gordon. Did Gordon come with?
Gordon came with. He's
Okay.
just hanging on the back, though. He's gonna,
All right.
What's grapples?
What's Amadeus doing?
We are going to like airwalk, charge our butts. Hey, boss.
So, what's your speed right now?
70.
I don't know if you can charge during the surprise round.
Oh, right, you're right.
Yeah, the new system. Well, yeah, you couldn't charge anyway. That's too far anyway.
Yep. Like, I mean, you could double move up to him, but you wouldn't have enough actions to attack. Although you do have a haste attack, but it can't be included as part of any other action. So you could double move up to him and then do a single action.
Punch him in the
I
face.
can punch him. That's what I do. Okay.
Okay.
Now move up to him.
Yep.
I'm going to punch him, and we'll see if I hit.
The flat-footed giant.
Yes, the flat.
He's having a seat right now. He's having a sit down. He made this big comfy chair.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
When I create my throne for my character, he's gonna have a battle throne, so you sit, but in a way where you're kind of still standing, so you still get your seat.
I spend free actions 2 mythic points for mythic power attack, mythic combat expertise.
Okay.
And then I punch him in the face.
Yep.
Plus the charge.
You Thanos wannabe, you.
Shakura's just looking like she brought the right guy.
Oh, hey.
Oh, and he's like started right before the teleport like a sprinter of doom.
5. Oh, the haste is 36. Well, we really don't have those buffs, do we?
No, we don't.
AC 42?
He's sitting.
He hasn't buffed for any reason, and he's flat-footed.
Okay, I spend 2 key points because he's bigger than me for a free grapple attempt.
You hit him
Okay.
with your fucking smack him in
Yeah, we'll
the...
It's not upside the head.
You punch him in the chin.
We'll do non-lethal.
Then you wrap around him.
We'll do non-lethal. No, I'm straight. Plus 30.
Give him a noogie.
Does he take acid damage?
He does. Do your fists get through adamantine damage reduction?
They might. Hang on.
If they're +4 enhancement, they would, and then a monk eventually does.
Yeah, it's I think it's 15th level, but I think it's worth looking up right now.
I will check. What level monk punch are
He's
you?
14.
He's a 14 level monk punch.
I
Alright.
think it's 15 for
Adamantine is 16.
16.
Okay, he has DR 10 from some source. He also, Amadeus, his mouth looks weird. Like, it looks like he's been eating a lot of diamond dust.
Okay.
Well, somebody has to spit it out, because, you know.
And then just zoom into that, like somebody has been carving runes into his flesh.
He is discount Thanos. He's got the gold vest, he's got the purple face, he's got the slightly overdone chin.
37 after DR.
37 damage after DR, okay.
And I get a free
grapple attempt?
Grapple attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 46.
CMD 46.
55.
Which is reduced because he's flat-footed.
And sitting.
And sitting, so -2 again. Yeah, you grapple him. There's like this rising roar from the giants as Amadeus is like putting him in a headlock. There's all sorts of roaring in the chamber. They do not like.
There'll be no swinging of your club or casting of your spells.
Oh, just neutered the most powerful thing in the fight. Oh no, Thogrim and Howie, what are they doing? Who's getting their head blown off?
Might I suggest the bull that there's people stone? I don't know.
Oh, sorry, Mark. I didn't mean to laugh while you're drinking there.
She's expecting a legendary proportions, right?
Well, she's expecting blood, but it's
It's up to you.
It's up to you what you do.
I'll
It's
spend
up to you doing the
a,
order you do things.
She yells, "Uncle, your madness is coming to an end!"
Yeah, you do the thing. You declare yourself. This is you. You do you.
I'll mythic point legendary proportions on her, and then Howie. That's one action, and then the second action is cannon fire.
Okay, so she increases to huge size. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, she's huge. She gets plus
No dex penalty, but increased con, strength, and DR.
plus 8 strength, 10 DR 10 magic. She gets plus 4 con, I believe.
All right, so give it legendary
Couldn't find that damn
proportions.
mouse here.
Plus 8 strength,
I believe so. Yeah.
Yep.
plus 4 con, minus 1 AC,
From size change.
large to huge. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And
DR 10 magic.
DR 10 magic.
Yeah.
DR 10 adamantine, plus 6 natural armor.
Plus 6
There it is.
natural armor.
Plus 6.
Yeah,
Is that an enhancement bonus or is
Nope,
it just
size bonus.
size?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it stacks.
Uncle, the madness is coming to an end. She's growing as she's
It's plus 6 strength.
as she's speaking. Plus 6 strength. Okay.
6
Yeah.
strength.
4 con.
And then she puts Howie down, like
Drops
Just
out.
lets him go. Just lets
just
him
kind of
go.
lets Howie go. Howie's hovering in the air. Master, I'm a bombard. Whose head is the target, Master?
We're aiming at the bull.
At the
We can
Gorgon.
kill that.
The
We can kill
closest
that.
thing to Amadeus. Got you. All right, master. The stupid armored bull. You aim, master. I can't see that far.
Okay.
What's Howie's sight?
30 feet, I think.
Sight is. Yeah, I think it's 30
You
feet.
can barely see Slake from there.
Okay, so Howie, you're aiming Howie then?
I have to aim Howie.
You have an action and an attack left, so aim
Yep.
fire.
Well, aim and shoot.
Okay, a regular attack. The Gorgon. What's the range of your touch ACs with the cannon?
It's 110. I've got long shot.
Okay, so he's 130 feet away from Howie.
So we'll have to move next round.
So it's not a touch attack.
Not a touch attack?
You have to actually hit him.
Okay.
22.
You're playing real D&D now.
I'm auto-critting you with the touch attack.
Yeah.
Oh, you happen to be a human. And I knew I was going to fight a human today. Therefore, touch attack.
Yeah, it's flat-footed. There's a colossal bang as the metal. It's a metal.
Are you shooting metal or acid?
No, metal. No,
Metal? Okay, yeah, as a metal cannonball
Freaking
hammers into the metal bowl thing.
I could use adamant. I could use an adamantine. It's but in ammunition. An adamantine thing will be used.
Okay.
Adamantine cannon, just in case.
Okay.
Let's do the damage. 6d8.
Boom!
17.
Master, I hit it. I heard it get hit.
Excellent work. Reload. 50 damage.
50 damage. All right, the Gorgon takes the 50 damage and doesn't have to make a save. It's angered by this. The Gorgon is surprised. The giant
Obviously wants to run around in a circle.
Yeah, the giant brutes are surprised. The Karak hags are surprised. Slake is sleeping. The rock dragon may not be there. Shakura.
Is telling people how awesome she is, and this is all good, and maybe just tries to do something with this Castellan to be like, hey, Castellan, these are our friends. Run away. Don't make them kill you, because if Slake wakes up, he's going to punch the shit out of you.
Shakura dismisses Tusknot, who normally is huge, but had enlarged person cast on it.
What's the effect of enlarged person?
Just plus your strength minus 2 dex. But
No. But what is the? I'll find it. It's okay.
She then free actions on top of Tusknot. She is then going to use a move action. The Castellan's like, Shakura, you shouldn't be down here. Respect your elders.
from around the corner, there's now's not the time for talking. Now is the time for listening and or running away.
How can you allow this insanity to transpire, Castellan? She is going to swift action challenge the Castellan, who's in the way.
Oh, never mind then. If this is how the Stone Giants do this.
We thought we were
Yeah,
going
this
to
is how it's
Castellan
done.
maybe go, maybe help us, but nope.
Nope, because sounds good to me.
Your incompetence has come to an end, Bellastrea.
Nope.
Well, she's allowing the hill giant to have his way. They've got enemies living under here.
We're going to clean as much house as needs to be cleaned.
She hisses.
Call it Smalley
So I think that's it for Shakura.
Okay. So she's pointing threateningly at the Castellan.
Yep.
Okay then.
Yep. Top of the round, Thane Arnak. Fuck you. How do I get you off? So I can cast some spells. What do I have to roll to cast a spell when you grapple?
Infinity. A number that doesn't scale. That doesn't work.
You can't.
Okay.
The question is whether he knows that. But yeah. It's the DC is, it would be like 50 something plus the spell level as a concentration check. And that's to cast a
in a game
verbal
where
spell.
checks nat 20s aren't successes, it's like
where the nat 20 is the success and it scales with your character level. It doesn't.
Cast a spell during a car accident. That's what's happening to you right now.
he doesn't know what the fuck's happening.
It's show a button during
He knows Shakura's to blame. He heard the word Shakura. Amadeus, you're so close to the gemstones that you notice that 3 of the gemstones are actually lit up right now. One of them looks like it doesn't have a light inside.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll remove the stone before it gets its light.
And Quicken just changes the time it casts. It actually, he would need a still spell or something like that to do it without, yeah, okay, he's screwed. Alright. We could do this. We're gonna try to break the grapple.
Okay.
What's your CMB? Or CMD to break the grapple?
Against to break the grapple,
Yep.
it is 70. I am using Snapping Turtle style, so 76.
So the DC to cast a spell would have been 76 plus spell level.
He lifts Amadeus up, but Amadeus' arms just stretch as he goes right back into the arm hole. And he's just gonna roll 3 times until he breaks the grapple, and he doesn't roll a 20, so you are grappling the high level stone giant madman. Awesome. Alright, so that was his turn. Sunny and Mistra.
Sunny will cast Baleful Polymorph on the Castellan to turn her into a chicken. Because she's got a hat and feathers.
Clearly a bird is her favorite thing.
A bird that doesn't fly.
A fort save, then a will save?
It's a fort save and a will save. She might make it. She might not.
23 on the fort save?
Okay, so she's a chicken.
And nat 1 on the will save?
And she thinks she's a chicken. Oh, look, a chicken.
I'm just gonna find an old chicken.
An old cranky hen.
Angry chicken.
Don't worry, Shakura will take good care of her.
Oh! Your magic is mighty, Druid of Volcanica. This chicken looks a little crusty. Alright, perfect. Yeah, judging the way that chickens look.
I miss playing Sunny so much. He's playing a mini game inside of the game.
Alright, just gonna copy her name. Create the token. Close that.
We can still get turned into a chicken.
Chickens are what?
He's gonna
Tiny?
turn into a chicken?
There we go.
Don't flop your chicken or your dog.
It even had some of the same colors as the feather. I like it.
And then Sunny is spending his last action.
It's like clicking around and fucking pecking at the ground. It's a chicken. Several hundred hit point chicken.
Several hundred hit point chicken. Pulling Mistra's token out of the pouch.
Okay.
So next round he'll use the other action to actually summon Mistra.
All right.
I feel Mr. Shakura gets the telepathic bond version of the druid going.
He's yelling, and something weird. Something weird is listening to his yells. He said a weird word.
I got tongues up.
It was a proper name.
I'll tell you what language it is.
Okay.
Get the dog. I speak Orc, Goblin, Gnome, Sylvan. Oh, wait, you speak tongues. I just want to know if I understand. Draconic, Celestial, Giant, Gnomish, Old Vulcan, Hadean, Halfling, Nagaji, Inferno, Lizard, Turn, Oran, Ignan, Abyssal.